Activity measures are easier to identify and implement, but they aren't good proxies for outcome measures. Follow these 7 logical steps and you can move from activity to outcome measures. Activity measures basically count the amount of effort we spend or outputs we produce, like these: the number of employees trained, completion of inventory audit, kilometres of railway track inspected. Now, does your organisation have a lot of activity measures like those? How useful are they? I mean, honestly, activity measures are far less useful than outcome measures, and they're very dangerous in the absence of outcome measures. Doing is not the same as achieving. Now, one of the reasons we default to activity measures is that our goals are written as actions rather than results. Now, if that's the case for you, just ditch your activity measures and start from scratch by making your goals results-oriented first. But another reason is that we don't really have any clear goals to start with, and our plan is almost entirely about actions. In this case, the following 7 steps will explain how we can move from activity measures to outcome measures in a logical and practical way. Now, if you want some examples to illustrate each step, then go to the link down in the description below this video. Step 1 is describe the activity. Your activity measure is counting something about an activity. It might be a routine process, a program, a project, an initiative of some kind. It really helps to describe what the activity is so you can clearly see it as a set of tasks. For example, kilometres of railway track inspected is a measure of the activity of railway track maintenance. Step 2 is what thing is the activity changing? You're doing the activity for a reason, not just to do stuff. So what is the thing that your activity is changing or impacting or making some difference to? So for example, the thing that the activity of railway track maintenance is changing is railway tracks. Step 3 is what qualities about this thing could be made better by the activity. Now, the thing your activity or action or program is changing will have specific qualities. There will be many different qualities for any single thing, and that's why it's important to be ruthless and focus on what is strategically important. We can't make everything better all at once. So for example, the quality of railway tracks that we want to make better is their safe condition. Step 4 is write this impact as a result statement. So to make it easier to find a meaningful outcome measure, an important step here is to articulate the specific quality that your activity is going to change. In PuMP, we call these performance results. So for example, railway tracks are in safe condition. Step 5 is to test for measurability. It's easy for weasel words to sneak into our performance results, and it's easy for multiple performance results to be combined in a single statement. Now, both of these situations make it harder to find meaningful outcome measures. To make our performance results measurable, we really need to be sure that our performance results are written clearly and each performance result focuses on just a single quality. For our railway track example, safe condition is probably a bit too vague, so it might change to railway tracks meet safety standards. Step 6 is check for strategic alignment. Because we started off with activity measures in our plan, there is a better than average chance that we weren't clear enough in the beginning about what was strategically important. We may have selected qualities back in step 3 which aren't closely aligned with our strategy or our priorities. And if we have, it's time to rethink both the performance results that matter most and even if the activity that we described in step 1 is the right activity. For example, railway tracks meet safety standards might align to a strategic goal for reducing railway-related accidents. And step 7 is design a measure based on evidence. The power of a clear and specific performance result is that it is easily measurable. When a result is clear and specific, you can observe it in the real world, and that means you can define evidence that would convince you the result was happening. And that's the technique for designing good performance measures, especially outcome measures. So for example, the percentage of railway network that meets all regulatory safety standards for condition and geometry. So, review your KPIs or strategic indicators to see which of them are counting units of effort or output versus quantifying evidence of a performance result or outcome. Then use these 7 steps to convert any activity measures to more meaningful outcome measures. And even better, use PuMP at the same time that you design your strategy and goals so that you can avoid these activity measures right from the very start.